There are hundreds of eligible commanders in Magic the Gathering, and we're talking about the best ones you haven't played yet. In case you missed part 1 of this video where we cover numbers 6 through 10, you can check that out by clicking on the screen right now. In this video, the top 5 best commanders you haven't played yet. Click the first link in the description to see the list. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do and want to see more videos like these in the future, be sure to hit that like button, helps out a lot. We'll begin our top 5 countdown with Thanos, Urza's Apprentice. 1 blue and 1 red for a 1/3 human artificer with haste. You can pay 1 blue, 1 red and tap Thanos to copy target activated or triggered ability you control from an artifact source. You may choose new targets for the copy. Printed in the Commander 2018 pre-con deck Exquisite Invention, Thanos has been criminally overlooked as a competitive and powerful artifact-based commander that does something truly unique as the leader of the 99. Copying artifact abilities can be one of the most fun things you do in Magic. You get to copy the abilities on Oracle's Vault to eventually play anything for free, Planar Bridge no problem, Transmogrifying Wand, turn everything into Oxen, it's hilarious. You get to run and copy Spine of Ish-Samir, Battle Spheres enter the battlefield, trigger Wormcoil Engines, Death Trigger, Scuttling Doom Engines, Death Trigger, Duplicates Imprint Trigger, you get my point. And we're just scratching the surface here. Being able to copy triggered abilities on a stick is unique to Thanos as a commander. He gives additional value to cards like Combustible Gearhawk, Meteor Golem, Ancient Stone Idol, even Unstable Obelisk. And despite how cool all of this is, it still isn't the reason Thanos is on this list. He's here because he's blue, and we haven't had a commander like him ever before. Kirkesh is the closest we have, and while he can be broken in his own right, he isn't Thanos, he isn't blue. War of Invention, Thirst for Knowledge, Trophy Mage, Trinket Mage, all these search monsters are available to you in Thanos. You get to run Padim for protection, Sai Master Thopterus for card draw, Vidalcan Humiliator to dumpster all creature decks, Master of Ethereum to be gigantic, Master Transmuter to play whatever you want, and you can copy that ability, by the way, insane. And even after all of that, you have access to everything that makes blue strong in general. Saheeli's Artistry, Fabricate, One with the Machine, Reshape, Reverse Engineer. I know I'm just rattling cards off, but I can't help it. This deck is absolutely one of the best artifact-based decks that no one's playing right now, and I don't understand why. Thanos is literally 50 cents right this second. You can buy the guy for basically nothing, and if you do and build this deck on the cheap, you'll have way more fun than you can possibly imagine considering how underplayed he is right now, is it, mages? Pay attention, because you can't tell me that you don't want to copy Amir Battlesphere's Trigger, or Retrofitter Foundries, or Hangerback Walkers, or even Brutaclad himself. Just trust me, deck's hilarious, you won't regret building it. Number 4 is Balthor the Defiled, 2 of anything and 2 black for a 2/2 zombie dwarf. Minion creatures get +1/+1. You can also pay 3 black mana and exile Balthor, and each player returns all black and all red creature cards from the graveyard to the battlefield. Balthor is a legend of old, only ever printed back in Judgment in 2002, before Commander was even close to being a thing. Balthor's ability is hysterical. It's like a half-cocked living death, destroying nothing but returning all black and red creatures. Red creatures we don't care that much about since we can't run those, but black creatures? Hot dang, we're gonna return so much nonsense. Buried Alive, Stitcher Supplier, Liliana's Indignation and Morality Shift all help fill the graveyard with lots of goodies like Grave Titan, or Shieldred, or Massacre Worm, or Kokosho, and more. And then once your graveyard is full, Balthor returns everything to the battlefield. Exiling him isn't even a big deal. He goes right back to the command zone so you can recast him and do it again if you want to. The resurrection half of Living Death at your command. You can't tell me that's not funny. Now, the best part about a Balthor deck is that it isn't just about normal reanimation, it's about sacrificing, resurrecting, and creating loads of zombies along the way. Thanks to Balthor's broken ability, Necromancer Stockpile, Crypt Breaker, Undead Warchief, and Diagraph Colossus are among the tribal cards that synergize with the zombie dwarf directly. You can also go deep with Cemetery Reaper, Lord of the Accursed, Noxious Ghoul. In a lot of ways, this is a zombie commander deck, just, cooler than that. Lastly, Liliana's Contract is a stellar new addition that makes this deck so much better. We get to run Razakath, Runescar Demon, Krav the Unredeemed, Overseer of the Damned, Harvester of Souls, Bloodgift Demon, and so many more demons. Controlling 4 of them at once won't be that difficult, especially since you can use Balthor's ability at the end of your opponent's turn or at the beginning of an upkeep whenever you want. Liliana's Contract is a sneaky win condition that players are not going to be looking out for. Funny as heck and surprisingly effective. Give Balthor a try if you enjoy graveyard-based shenanigans, Living Death as a card, a different take on zombies, or just something fresh to try out. Can't go wrong here. Number 3 is a pair of partner commanders, Akun Eye of Chaos and Zender Split Eye of Wisdom. They partner with each other. Akun is a 3/3 for 5 mana, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, flip a coin until you lose a flip. Whenever a player wins a coin flip, double Akun's power and toughness until end of turn. Zender Split is a 1/4 homunculus. At the beginning of combat on your turn, flip a coin until you lose a flip. Whenever a player wins a coin flip, draw a card. There are times in Magic when you might not know what to do with a given card's design. This is not one of those times. These two legendary creatures are committed to one thing and one thing only: chance. Akun and Zender Split are the coin flip commanders, full stop. Previously, this archetype lacked a sufficiently powerful commander that could reliably flip coins. Since we have that, most of the cards in the strategy get that much more powerful. The sheer increase in coin flipping makes Chance Encounter brutally strong, allowing you to win the game much sooner than normal, and Karplu's and Minotaur gets to annihilate creatures and players alike much faster than usual. Now, thanks to Zender Split, you're going to draw more cards than you could ever possibly need, and most of these cards are going to force you to flip coins, which will make you draw more cards. You see my point. What makes this commander duo so appealing is that flipping coins is just fun. It's a fun mechanic. It's randomness and chaos. No one knows what's going to happen, especially you. That's the beauty of it. Fiery Gambit can kill a creature, smack each opponent, or basically give you a free hand and free turn. Game of Chaos is a fantastic sorcery that can end the game on the spot depending on how chaotic your chosen opponent is. Planar Chaos is one of my favorite cards. With this on the battlefield, literally everything is a question mark, including your own spells. Look at Goblin Bomb. You win coin flips, add counters to it, and then blow it up at someone for 20 damage. You ever get to mess with combat in unreliable ways? You get to do that with Desperate Gambit. Fighting Chance. Gotta love Red Fogs. Sort of. Impulsive Maneuvers. Same thing. Just complete nonsense. There are so many coin flip cards in Magic that you never see or hear about because the archetype doesn't really exist, or at least it hadn't until now. Goblin Assassin is a red fleshbag marauder, sometimes. Mag Assassin is gonna kill something, might be good or bad, who knows. Goblin Archaeologist can destroy all artifacts or none, really up to the flip of the coin. I think I've rambled on enough, but I really want to drive the point home. Flipping coins in Commander can be one of the most fun things you do. The entire table can get involved, it's all based on chaos, so it's kind of like a party. Just try Akun and Zender Split out, I promise you won't regret it. If you enjoy games of chance, you will seriously enjoy their shenanigans. Moving into our top 2, we have Yennett Cryptic Sovereign, 2 of anything, 1 white, 1 blue, and 1 black for a 3/5 legendary creature Sphinx with flying, vigilance, and menace. Whenever Yennett attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If that card's converted mana cost is odd, you may cast it without paying its mana cost, otherwise draw a card. Yennett is like if Narset Enlightened Master and Void Winnower had a super terrifying baby. She's number 2 on this list for 2 reasons. First, that trigger is outrageous, letting you cast whatever you reveal as long as its mana cost is odd. It's hilarious. Second, she's Esper. Esper doesn't get commanders like this, and having that kind of trigger on an Esper card, oh baby, you have no idea what she can do. Let me show you the world. Remember, Yennett lets you cast these cards for free, which means Enigma Sphinx is legit insane, plopping down on the battlefield and then cascading immediately because you did cast it. You also get to Yennett in Magister Sphinx, another Esper gift, nuking a player's life total to 10, totally unfair. You gain access to Angel of Despair, Teysa Envoy of Ghost, Brilliant Ultimatum, the new Powerhouse Emergency Powers. All these cards are free off Yennett's attack trigger. You cannot tell me that doesn't sound fun to you. Best part is that I was showcasing multicolored cards. That isn't the full extent of Yennett's power. Remember Void Winnower, the weird parent of this card? You can cast that for free in this deck. You can cast Blatant Thievery. You can cast Mind's Dilation, Iona Shield of Emeria, Blazing Archon, Elish Norn, Shieldra, that could go on and on. You might think you're hampering building this deck because it disincentivizes you from using even cost cards, but that doesn't matter. There are more than enough odd cards to build a Yennett deck that is more powerful than most anyone would realize without actually facing it. There don't have to be any infinite combos in here, nothing anti-fun. Yennett isn't outrageously fast or broken, but she has a unique ability unlike any other in the game right now considering her color identity. Have fun casting Approach of the Second Sun, Expropriate, Rise of the Dark Realms, Clone Legion, all for free. This is a fun commander with a one-of-a-kind strategy. Want to try something totally out of the ordinary? Yennett Cryptic Sovereign is very much out of the ordinary. Alright, number 1, I strongly believe that this is the best and most interesting commander that no one's playing right now. Sakushima the Imposter is 2 of anything and 2 blue for a 3/1 human rogue. You may have Sakushima enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except its name is Sakushima the Imposter, it's legendary in addition to its other types, and it has the ability to pay 2 of anything and 2 blue to return this creature to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Sakushima is a cloning legendary creature with the ability to return itself to your hand in case you want to copy something else, and it keeps its own name on the battlefield, getting around the legend rule. It's crafty. Sakushima's commander deck is a mirror deck. Let me explain. In this deck, you'll find clones of all kinds. Creature clones like Clone itself and Stunt Double, Planeswalker / anything clones like Clever Impersonator, Artifact clones Phyrexian Metamorphs to Healy's Artistry and Mirage Mirror, Copy Enchantment for enchantment cloning, even spell copying, Insidious Will, Twin Cast, Commandeer, Aether Snap. This deck is a reflection of what you're playing against. It's very literally going to use your opponent's decks against them, and the copying doesn't stop there. It gets far more intrusive. Acquire to steal artifacts, Knowledge Exploitation steals instants and sorceries, Expropriate takes turns and permanents, Dominate takes creatures, Gather Specimens legit grabs a creature as it enters the battlefield. You manipulate combat with Reigns of Power and Illusionist Gambit. You even force opponents to clash with themselves by playing Clone Legion, Mirror Match, and more. Sakushima is the most underplayed commander that you should be playing because she's the most unique commander out there. She can be aggressive, controlling, somewhere in the middle. She can create combos, be oppressive, wipe boards, do anything. She can do whatever the table can do. In effect, by playing Sakushima, you're playing however many decks are at the table because that's what you have access to. This strategy copies everything. It takes all power for itself. You're piloting a mirror of everyone at the table, and that creates near infinite replayability. No two games are exactly the same. Your game plan changes from match to match, hand to hand, creature to creature. It's all dynamic. Everything in front of you is ever changing, a fresh experience each time, and that's why she's the #1 commander on this list. You should be trying Sakushima. In many ways, the actual most unique commander out there. Never has a mono blue deck been so versatile. Trust me, it's worth it. Commander is one of the best formats in Magic. You can stretch your imagination as far as possible and basically make whatever you want. Between part 1 and this video, I hope I've shown you something new and exciting. These 10 commanders are definitely some of the best out there and severely underplayed. So if you're ready for a change, if you want to try something new, something different, something your friends haven't yet, give one of these a try. Please click the links in the description to see the full list of underplayed commanders. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future, and as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Yannette is one of the coolest commanders out there, but wow, not many people play her, and that's sad. You can get a copy of her right now on TCG Player for an actual dollar bill, $1, that's all you need. Click the link on the screen. You can get your Espera Oddball deck started right now with a single buck. Helps the channel out. You get a great card, win-win, enjoy.